Welcome to Just a Bit of Home. If you've been following my page for a while, welcome back. If you're new, welcome. Just a little bit of background. I've been playing with paper flowers and experimenting, and I was able to develop this 7-petal paper flower and the bouquet that I would like to share with you. And I'm going to do a 3-part series of a tutorial. And first, we'll be going over how to create the SVG. The second part will be assembling the flowers, and third will be making the bouquet. So just some housekeeping points. This is a document that will be available on my page, and it's basically a cheat sheet of how I made my SVG. So, if you're going to try and make your own, it's quick and handy for you. You don't have to keep watching the video to try and figure out what you need to do next. This is also another cheat sheet that will be available, just kind of showing you the sizing for the 7 layers of the petals, and I'll go over that again. And here is the actual template of my 7-petal flower, and you are free to use this for personal use. You can use it on an inkjet printer, or you can upload it into the design space on Cricut and clean it up and use it as you need to. So we're going to start with going through basically how to make this. And really, I've been playing around, so it's kind of a little bit messed up, and that's okay. You're going to insert, here's your shapes. You're going to insert a heart. You're going to insert a circle. And these are just the sizes that I did so that I can have my base of my template. And then, you're going to grab both of them. You're going to slice them. In case you're not familiar, slicing and welding is down here. After you've sliced it, you're going to get rid of 1 and 2. You only need the 3 and the 4 right now. Petal 3 and 4 will then actually, you're going to flip it, and then you want to line them up. And I made 4 2.2, so if this helps you a little bit better. Then I weld it. So you can just click them here and see down here is the weld. Then I had the basic shape that I wanted, but you need that more crisper, flat edge. So insert, again, just go over to the shapes, insert a square. Then I sliced it, but I need this piece removed, and you'll see that in the second tutorial on why. It's just part of how to make the paper bend in the way that you want. So once you get this basic shape, you're golden. Because then you're going to come in and you need to make your 7 petals in the 7, it's actually not 7 sizes, in 3 different sizes. 1, 2, 3 are the smaller of your petals, and they're the exact same size. 4 is just slightly larger. So all you're going to do is you're just literally just going to hit duplicate and make it a little larger. And then 5 and 6 are supposed to be that, so you're just going to hit duplicate again. But, well, actually, I would do it this way. I would make one just slightly bigger, and then I would duplicate it again. And then I'd duplicate again for the last one and make it slightly bigger. So that's basically all I've done to get that. And then you have your mat layout. Now, the only thing is if you are using the dollar store paper, it doesn't fill up the whole mat. So you need to stay within your lines and just make sure that nothing's touching. And I've tried switching these to print them sideways to save space. Do not recommend. It actually catches the paper and rips it. I've tried about 10 times. So having them all going in the same direction is your best choice, especially if you're using like a more flimsier paper. I used this paper actually from the dollar store. It's somewhat between a cardstock but it's thicker than an actual paper, and I really like the texture and the quality of it. Considering I'm a newbie to learning how to make my own flowers, I'm wasting a lot. Cardstock gets expensive. This is $4. Right here, there's a pure edge line. You just basically rip off, and then you stick your paper to your mat. I used the light grip mat, the blue one, and then I used my large scraper to scrape over it to adhere it to the mat so that it didn't catch in any spots. I used this setting right here, and after a couple trial and error, this setting was the ideal setting for the type of paper that I was using. It is not necessarily a cardstock, but it's not a regular paper, so this ended up being the best selection. So the next part of this tutorial will be the assembly of the paper flowers, so stay tuned. And if you like this, you can check out my page. I'm on my Facebook page is Just a Bit of Home. I'm on Instagram, Pinterest, and my website is www.justabitofhome.com. So watch for the next ones and stay nice and warm.